Hello, this is Sam Waller, and I'm going to talk to you about the Hands of the Emperor. Just now, I've just posted my Inquisitor video. If you haven't seen it, you can click on my channel and go through my playlist. It's on my Star Wars playlist where I have all my Star Wars reviews of everything I've done. Sorry, does that? The Hands of the Emperor are four sons of spies handpicked by the Emperor or discovered later on in life and have a mental link with the Emperor Palpatine. Such famous Inquisitors ran from, well, the most famous of them all is Mara Jade Skywalker. She is not canon anymore because she is in Episode 6. She's in the deleted scene in Episode 6, so yeah. But she's not. Her name Skywalker is not canon. But she's a Hand of the Emperor, and she's a Force-sensitive spy. Well, that's what the Hands of the Emperor are. Force-sensitive spies sent out to spy across the universe of the Emperor, and they are mentally linked to the Emperor. And that mental link was still going when he was blown to pieces when he was shot down the reactor tube of the second Death Star, then blown to pieces. Yeah, he was blown to pieces near the end of episode 6 by his own apprentice, Darth Vader. And the Inquisitors are not Inquisitors. They are like the Inquisitors in the sense that they have a sentinel skills in stealth, stunning, and force and lightsaber skills. They may not have a greater knowledge like the Inquisitors or a greater force rarity like the Dark Acolytes do, but they make do what they have. They make do what they have. They make do what they have. What they have really. You know, they're great with a lightsaber. They're great with their force powers. For instance, they can't be overwhelmed in one by the other, because some Jedi spend some Jedi spend more time with their sword than their force powers, and they usually get overwhelmed by the person who has more force power than them. Same thing for the one who practices mostly his force powers instead of his lightsaber. He can get overwhelmed by it. Zap. So yeah. So they may not be greater than the Inquisitors or the Dark Acolytes, but they do make do what the skills that they have, and they do improve upon them rather than the Inquisitors either improving on their lightsaber or the Dark Acolytes improving on their force powers. And they were sent across the galaxy, and they were the senior heads of Imperial intelligence. So any orders they got went to the Emperor. From the Emperor, they give them to the Council. They give them to field agents out there. Every report gets given to them, and they send it to the Emperor. Same for the Inquisitors. They gave their report to Darth Vader. Darth Vader sends it to them. And the Inquisitors are like the Inquisitors. They did hunt Jedi. Well, the Hands of the Emperor hunted Jedi. They hunted the rebels, and the Galactic Civil War, and they did sniff out any thought of rebellion. They also were assassins for the Emperor, and they also were infiltrators as well. They can infiltrate and get information, but they can be found out if they were actively searched for. But they had skill sets of stealth, stunning, and evasion as their main powers. They did lead stormtroopers and Star Destroyers. They did so. Mara Jade Skywalker did so in the Expanded Universe comics, but now she's not canon, so... Well, technically, Darth Maul was the spy and the assassin of Darth Sidious and Darth Plagueis before he was revealed in 32 BBY in the Naboo Crisis when he fought Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon Jinn. He killed Qui-Gon, but he was cut in half, and yeah. If you watch Clone Wars or you read the novels, you know what happens there, or watch the films. So that's what the Dark Acolytes. No, no. The Hands of the Emperor are. They are um they are the enforcers. Oh, they actually are enforcers. They can enforce the will of the Emperor if they can, but they are technically Darth Maul. They are very great with the lightsaber, and they're very good at stealth and assassination. They're great in the battlefield. They are confident in the battlefield tactics. You know that episode in Clone Wars, The Children of the Force, where Cad Bane was given the orders by Darth Sidious to kidnap Force as his children, and Sidious's plan was to make them grow up, and he will have Force-sensitive spies that peer into every corner of the galaxy at will. That's what they are. They are they are technically Force-sensitive children bred to obey and love the Emperor. And it's remarkable that an evil man like Palpatine had people admire him. It's like Adolf Hitler had all his followers. Some of them loved him, some of them hated him, but they only followed him for power's sake. So that's what the Emperor has. He has his loyalists in one hand, and he has the ones who don't really care about him. They just want power in the other. But if they see, you know, him losing his power, they'll turn on him like that. So that's why Palpatine didn't trust many people in the Empire. The only people he trusted were Mara J. Skywalker, Grand Moff Tarkin, and Darth Vader. Those were the guys he trusted. There were more others. I can't remember the names because I got really bad headache right now. Need to drink some more, but enough out of that. So yeah, the Inquisitors and the Hands of the Emperor were technically doing the same thing: spying, hunting, killing. But they all had different ways of doing it. The Inquisitors could sneak up on the victim and kill them, but they preferred to actually have a sword fight. The Hands of the Emperor did things either discreetly or they actually had to fight in a battlefield. It was rarely done so. Most of their assassinations were either done with a force choke or a lightsaber stab wound in the back or a nighttime assassination with a sniper. They mostly got operatives to kill the work for them, but they did kill Jedi when they have to. For instance, Mara Jade Skywalker hunted down many people and she killed many people in her service as the Emperor. Because, a woman's gotta work. So yeah, if you want a real kind of exemplification of the Inquisitors, look at Darth Vader. He's in the Force of the Emperor. If you want the kind of visual image of the Hands of the Emperor, look at Darth Maul. He is an assassin and a spy, as well as an enforcer at the same time. He did Palpatine and Plagueis' dirty work for 20 years, and he had a lifetime of twisted and brutal training, turning him into what he is in the Clone Wars and in the movies. This phantom staring bad guy who doesn't really talk much, but when he bashes out his lightsaber, you know he means business. That's what they are, but in a different way. When they bash out their lightsabers, they do mean business, but they are more of an operative what works in the shadows. They're not the Inquisitors. The Inquisitors are the ones who go charging in with their lightsabers. The Hands of the Emperor can do that, but they prefer to work in the shadows like Maul. Maul is the shadow game. He hunts on the shadows. He uses fear and scare to his advantage. And if any one of those are lacking, he either kills you quickly or he retreats. That's why that's what the Hands of the Emperor are trained to do. They're trained to use fear and intimidation. Unlike Vader kind of actually beating you, making you scared, they use it in a different kind of way. And they are the Hands of the Emperor can be stupid, but most of them were very intelligent individuals. Because they worked with Imperial spies, they worked with stormtroopers and pompous commanders and admirals who think they knew everything, but they didn't really. They were old and stupid, and the Clone Wars has ended. Did these people not get it that we rule? But they only understood that when the Death Star was destroyed. But some of them still believe that the rebels weren't a force to be reckoned with. Some of them did, because some of them actually saw the true power of the Rebel Alliance on Yavin 4 that day. So, and plus you got Darth Vader to prove that the rebels mean business. So yeah. So the hands of the Emperor were spies, assassins, spies, assassins, operatives, and they were enforcers when they had to be. They could be diplomats. They can be persuasive. They can use blackmail and kind of senatorial kind of persuasion to their advantage, but they weren't really used in the diplomatical format that often. They can be used as a diplomat, but it was rarely do so. That would be more something like an inquisitor or a baron or Grand Moff Tarkin, or or the Dark Acolytes or the Dark Honor Guard. I can't remember. Those are the ones who are more like diplomats, whereas those are the ones who had to protect Palpatine all the time. They had to protect the Emperor because many people wanted to shoot his brains out. So, yeah. And the most famous of them is, as I said, was Mara Jade Skywalker. If you do know who she is, she's Luke's wife in the expanded universe, but most of the expanded universe doesn't really matter now. I still believe and love the expanded universe, don't get me wrong, but as soon as the new movies come out, new canon, but I will still read the Star Wars books that I know and I love. And if you want to know more about Mara Jade Skywalker, look her up on Star Wars Wikipedia. You will learn a lot more about her. And this is an end of another Star Wars talk. Adios, and may the Force be with you always.